is an international superstar. Please make some noise for Leona Lewis. So you were the 2006 winner of Simon Cowell's show, The X Factor.
Yes.
And on the show, you were compared, we have some fans in the audience, you were compared a lot to Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston, and Celine Dion. Those are pretty big shoes to fill. So are they influences of yours?
I mean, they were big influences as I was growing up, as well as people like Oleta Adams. I love Eva Cassidy as well. But I love those big kind of powerful singers, so it's amazing, you know, to be compared to them.
And how would you describe your style in your own words?
My style, I guess on my album, my influences are those big 80s singers, so I've got a lot of those classic ballads as well as the edgier stuff like Bleeding Love, so it's a whole mixture in there of all of my influences as I was growing up.
I love your accent.
Thank
okay,
you.
I heard that. Thank you. I actually heard that Simon called Clive Davis during the filming of the show and he said, "We found the next Whitney Houston." That's an amazing compliment. So he liked you, right? He liked you so much that he actually partnered up with Clive. So tell me, what was that about?
Well, I mean, working with Clive Davis and Simon Cowell was an honour. I think it's the first time that they've ever worked together, and of course Clive Davis is behind like Whitney Houston and worked with Alicia Keys, Santana, so it's amazing for me to be given that opportunity.
And what do you think each of them brought to the table?
I mean, Clive is so sweet and encouraging and just so supportive about what I want to do. He understands where I'm coming from as a singer and from all of my influences and what I wanted to incorporate on the record. And Simon is kind of like the kind of go-getter kind of guy, and you know, he's really lovely as well.
Did Clive give Simon any style advice while you guys were working together?
Yeah, every day. Yeah,
right. Did you listen to it though?
Probably.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay, you hit it big after the show with your remake of Kelly Clarkson's "From This Moment," which is, A Moment Like This rather, and it's actually one of my faves. And the single broke the world record. I've got to read this for being downloaded 50,000 times within 30 minutes. So, I mean, when you released that song, did you think it was going to have that much of an impact?
I mean, I never knew how it was going to do. I just knew that, you know, I'm just a regular girl that loves to sing, and it was amazing that people actually supported me and kind of went out there and downloaded it and bought it, so it was amazing for me.
Absolutely. And then you broke another record. You're just a little record breaker, aren't you? When you released your album Spirit last year, and it became the fastest selling debut album ever in both the UK and in Ireland. So does that make you feel like under more pressure to make it big here in the US also?
I just feel like I've been given an amazing chance to come here, and I wrote so much of the album here and recorded so much here. It's become kind of like my second home, so to actually be able to, the American public to actually hear it now is a great honour for me, and I just hope that they support me like I've been supported back home.
Absolutely. Well, it comes out in April, so what are you going to do differently for the US release?
Well, for the US release, I've added 2 other songs onto the album just because I've had more time. So I worked with Akon, who's amazing, also Neo as well, and as well as the kind of So, you know, it's an amazing chance to work with them, and I've also done another video because I wanted to kind of give it a fresh kind of slant, and I recorded the video in New York Times Square, so it's a great backdrop for the video.
Fantastic. Okay, well, the single is actually blowing up across the world, and this is your first music video ever to be seen on, never before seen on TV. So is this the TRL premiere, I suppose you could say? Let's have a look at Leona Lewis, Bleeding Love. Well, there you have it, the TRL premiere of Leona Lewis's Bleeding Heart. If you want to give it another run, go to trl.mtv.com. Now, kind of like what Will Smith did when he was filming I Am Legend, you actually had to close down Times Square to make that video.
Yeah, actually they were really kind because they allowed us to have that area, and I mean, there were a lot of people like watching, so it was kind of like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this in front of everyone, but it was, you know, it was great.
Well, when I was chatting to Will last year and I was asking him, like, what was it like closing down New York City, and he said that he's never before had so many magic fingers in his life.
Oh, nice.
Did you have the same experience?
No, there are a lot of people from Ireland there, and from London as well, so they were all like, Leona! So they were a bit crazy, but it was cool because it gave me kind of an energy kind of buzz, and I was doing the video, and it was great.
You could forget for 5 seconds that it was so cold. Well, Leona, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
Spirit is in stores April the 8th, so please go out and grab yourself a copy. We do need to take our final break, but when we return...